at the lake. I watch Lake TV.
Nice. This is our sixth event. It's been going great. Real popular with all the poker run people. So we have a great time. And the boat's here 6 months out of the year, and then Fort Lauderdale the other 6 months. So this is our hometown poker run. So we're all excited about it. My partner Dino over there, he's out of Fort Lauderdale, and we keep it at his place 6 months out of the year. Supercat Rigging did all the rigging. We gutted it from last year and started all over with 1075 Mercuries, BPM drives, transmissions now instead of crash boxes. And you can see all the theme things, all the theme pieces that were made, from the Bud Light cans to the batteries look like 6-packs. Just things like that to generate people talking about Bud Light. Fast. It's real fast. Yeah, we're running about, we can get it to about 160. So right now we got a prop for about 145 here on the lake. We're just having a good time, you know, working with Anheuser-Busch and, you know, trying to promote beer sales and keep them happy.
Lake of the Ozarks, with a main channel 95 miles long and over 1,150 miles of shoreline. The lake meanders through the oak forests of the rolling Ozark Hills, accented by the majestic bluffs. The Lake of the Ozarks is the byproduct of the Great Osage River Project, first proposed in 1912 with preliminary permits issued in November of 1924 and construction beginning shortly thereafter. In 1926, the project was halted due to financial difficulties. Union Electric Light and Power Company bought the project, and in August of 1929, construction was again underway. While the Great Depression had most of the country in its grip, the Great Osage River Project was the largest construction project going on anywhere in the country. The dam is 2,512 feet long and rises 148 feet out of solid bedrock. There are 8 turbines of 33,500 horsepower each for a total generating capacity of about 172,000 kilowatts. Hailed as the most skillful engineering feat of its day, with actual construction beginning on August 6th of 1929 and in less than 2 years. On February 2nd, 1931, the Osage River was impounded and the lake began to fill. And on May 30th, 1931, the lake was open to travel, and Mid-America's playground, the Lake of the Ozarks, was born. Rizzo's, west entrance to the Premium Outlet Mall and Horseshoe Bend Parkway. Now that's Italian.
You're ready to ride? Make your first stop the Leatherman store in Lake Ozark. Riders all over know the Leatherman has the largest selection and best prices on motorcycle apparel and gear, like jackets, chaps, boots, gloves, helmets, t-shirts, saddlebags, tool bags, and more. The Leatherman is the area's complete source for leather goods of all kinds: belts, wallets, bags, hats, fashion apparel, sandals, and moccasins. Quality, price, and selection since 1976. The Leatherman on the Bagnell Dam Strip, open 7 days a week. Cruise on in. When you think of boating, do you think of this? Or do you think of this? Over the last decade, the boating industry has grown from factory boats reaching speeds into the 50s to high-performance boats reaching well over 150 miles per hour. Aftermarket builders like Callan Marine's Long Life Mystic boat that reached 209 miles per hour at the world-famous Lake of the Ozarks Lake Rescue Shootout. With so many boaters on the water, organizers have developed boating events such as poker runs. These events have seen great responses over the years and continue to grow, creating boater camaraderie with each passing event. Poker runs are not designed to be a race, but are about spending the day with friends and enjoying the warm sunshine and fresh air while enjoying the thrill of performance boating. In the past, poker runs have mostly been popular in Florida, where boating in general is very large. However, over the past few years, events have been popping up all over the country, from the waters in New York to desert oasis of Lake Havasu in Arizona. The Lake of the Ozarks has seen an increase in these poker run events as well, with over 7 events scheduled this year here at the lake alone. Powerboat Magazine has featured Lake of the Ozarks in many articles in recent years, and has recently picked Lake of the Ozarks as the #2 place to live for the performance boater, just under Miami. Not only are poker runs fun, but almost all the events throughout the country donate the proceeds to charities, making the day much more special. Here are a few of the participants' thoughts on poker runs and the Lake of the Ozarks boating experience in general.
Yeah, we've run poker runs from here. We've been to Sarasota. We've been Smoke on the Water. We've done Michigan. We go out to Arizona, Tennessee, Kentucky. We make a lot of them. Yeah.
We like it very well because we know the lake, and there's a lot more places to go down here. You know, we know the other lakes, we're kind of lost when we run on them. We just have to follow people. But I think the Lake of the Ozarks is one of the best.
I'm just kind of new at it actually, so this is only my second poker run actually. It's a lot of fun. It's great seeing all these boats out here. A little rough, and you got to be on your toes a little bit about the stuff in the water, but the fun factor is over the top. Yeah, a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and the best part is coming down here and hanging with people and talking about boats and spending time with your friends and your family. That's what makes it all worthwhile.
What makes us different and does make us one of the premier stops on the lake is the fact that wherever they leave, generally all the poker runs originate on the east side because they have the infrastructure to support them. In other words, they've got places to put them in, there's hotels for the people to stay, but when they leave that first stop, everybody is ready to go, and these boats are all ready to go on a day's run. And they like that 30 or 40 mile run the first time out of the box. So we generally end up being about 90% of the time, we're always the first stop, which is the lunch stop.
Back in 2000, we started picking up some of the bigger ones like MidwestBoatParty.com, and then we started the shootout poker runs too.
We've been involved, DJ and I both. He grew up in power boating. I've owned fast boats and poker run boats ever since I came to the lake in 1970.
For extreme family entertainment every Saturday night, head for Lake Ozark Speedway, the Midwest's newest and finest dirt track, complete with electronic scoring. Racers from everywhere are flipping over their 1/3 mile dirt monster. Every Saturday night, it's a 3-wide battle of wing sprints at over 100 miles an hour. The Midwest's fastest modified fender to fender, plus a full field of street and hobby stocks. Every Saturday night, gates open at 5. Hot laps at 6:30. Lake Ozark Speedway, Highway 54, Highway 52, Eldon exit. Be there. You're ready to ride? Make your first stop the Leatherman store in Lake Ozark. Riders all over know the Leatherman has the largest selection and best prices on motorcycle apparel and gear, like jackets, chaps, boots, gloves, helmets, t-shirts, saddlebags, tool bags, and more. The Leatherman is the area's complete source for leather goods of all kinds: belts, wallets, bags, hats, fashion apparel, sandals, and moccasins. Quality, price, and selection since 1976. The Leatherman on the Bagnell Dam Strip, open 7 days a week. Cruise on in.
All right, we are here at the 20th annual Magic Dragon Car Show on the historic strip, Bagnell Dam, Lake Ozark, Missouri. Ran into a competitor, Rick Hunt from Sedalia, Missouri. Buddy, how you doing today?
It's great. Good day. Sunshine and didn't rain. Doing good.
Looking here at this beautiful machine, we had to stop and talk to you. How many years have you been competing in this thing?
All 3 or 4.
Looking at this huge turnout of crowd, over 700 cars. I wouldn't even be able to put a guesstimate upon the number of people here. What is it about this thing that makes it so huge?
Well, it's a fun show, you know, and it's just, just a real fun show. There's lots to do at the strip. Your wife has something to do. She can go shopping at the mall. It's a big thing for ladies, a car show, for something to do. So it's just a fun place. It's a lot of fun.
So in other words, you've got your wife pawned off somewhere doing her thing.
And the other thing, this is usually the first one of the year we go to. So after all the winter and stuff, you're ready to go do something.
Right on. Well, hey, we want to thank you very much for spending a little bit of time with us, and good luck this afternoon. You're entered, as I'm sure, right?
Yeah, it's entered.
Big hopes?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Once again, Rick Hunt from Sedalia, Missouri, here at the 20th Annual Magic Dragon Car Show. We are back here with you at the Magic Dragon Car Show, and we ran into a club in and of itself, the president of the Lake Ozark chapter of the Corvette Club, and this is Gary Cooper. Gary, how in the world are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. The weather's good, so we're having fun.
Tell us about your affiliation with the Corvette Club of the Lake of the Ozarks in relation to the car show here.
Well, we have a lot of our representatives here, and we always support this show and a lot of other shows. But we have probably 15, 16, maybe even 20 cars here out of that. We have 96 members in our club, so we got a pretty good showing here.
And you can't beat the weather, the wonderful looking people. I've been asking people, what is it about this thing that makes it fly as it does? I mean, this is unbelievable.
I think it's the variety of all the cars that are here, and anybody can enter anything, whatever they want to do. So it's not like just a Corvette club or a Ford club or something like that. And I think that's it. And it's open to the public, so they can just come in, and that's a big draw.
So being the president of the Corvette Club, I know that you're the proud owner of one of these sleds here.
Yeah, I think it's that pink one down there on the end.
The pink one down there on the end?
This one right here.
Oh, it's the one right behind us. How about that? You try to throw us a curveball. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your ride?
This is an 06 Z06. It's the one with the 505 horse motor in it. And it's a ride. It's a scary ride, but it's a ride. So it's fast.
So you are entered today as well in the competition?
Yeah.
So being the president of the Corvette Club, you might have a little pull, No?
Nah, no.
All right.
No, that pink one will win down there.
There you go. All right, hey, once again, man, we want to thank you so much for spending a little time with us. And Gary Cooper, president of the Corvette Club here in the Lake of the Ozarks area.
Sycamore Creek Golf Club would like to welcome you to the Lake of the Ozarks. Our facility has been voted the #1 golf course in the lake area, and we would like the opportunity to show you why. It's an experience that is truly unforgettable, with a course layout that is not only scenic, but fun for all levels of golfers to enjoy. Come and see our beautiful 18-hole golf course. Experience our first-class customer service, and enjoy our affordable prices. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks for watching Ozark TV. My name is Sean Coburn. I'll be your host today. On today's episode, we'll be talking with Dennis Hillhouse, professional boat racer, and we'll also be talking with Sean Blair, semi-pro wakeboarder and mountain biker. So stick around. We got a lot coming up. You're watching Ozark Adventures.
I'm Dennis Hillhouse with DNM Motorsports. We're down here at the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks this weekend. Had a hospitality party here, and turned out great. We had a lot of people here, a good turnout, and we appreciate everybody showing up and supporting us. I drove the Big Thunder boat offshore for 2 years there at Key West, and I bought this boat recently, and so I'm running the throttles on this boat now. And that's what we're doing, just out there getting familiar with each other. I have a driver now, Anthony Smith, and he's doing a great job, and we're spending time. We set up buoys, do, you know, work on our corners, and, you know, make sure that when we go racing, we're ready to go racing, you know, yeah. The Super Cat Light, it's much like the NASCAR racing that has restrictor plates on it. We run 525s, average speed, which everybody asks when they come up and talk to you. It's like, how fast does your boat go, right? And but these are a separate class, and it's a big class, and we average about 150 to 160 in the water. You get ocean racing, you know, you've got to go with conditions that the ocean will provide you to run. And but yeah, and this boat here is in the movie Miami Vice, and it was a big part of the Miami Vice. We spent about 4 months down there with them, and it's also the 2004 national champion, and it's 2005 world championship. We were part of that team in 2005 world championships at Key West, Florida. It's a 3-day venue. You run 3 days, you run 2 50-mile races and then a 100-mile race. And there was 9 boats in our class, and we ended up coming out on top. They do it by a point system, and that's how that works out there. So yeah, it was a great time, and Key West is a great place to come. If you ever get a chance to come down and watch, you know, offshore racing, that would be the place to come. It's in November. D&M Motorsports, we were out of Kansas City, and right now we have our team leader down here that runs all the equipment on the boat is out of Osage Beach. And so we're leaving the boat and the support trailer here at Osage Beach, and we get a good chance to test down here in the waters during the week. We call the shore patrol, and they give us some time allowed for us to go out and do a lot of testing down here. And as you know, as any racer or anybody else that does anything with experience, they have to do a lot of testing to be successful. And that's what it's all about. So that we're glad to have the lake here. You know, we have a lot of national television coverage, and we use Osage Beach as the home for the boat. Yeah, so we're going to use that, which is great for the Lake of the Ozarks, which there's 5 race boats, which in SBI alone, they come from the Lake of the Ozarks, which is a great deal for the Lake of the Ozarks. I mean, it's, you know, Key West is filled with, and I can't say percentage, but probably a third or a little bit less of people from the Lake of the Ozarks while we're down there. It's incredible. It's the response and the backing and the friends. It's just great, as it was today. This summer we're testing a little bit more. We have a world speed record with this boat holds a world speed record now. We're thinking we're going to be able to break it by at least 3 or 4 miles an hour. We're doing some gear changing and prop changing, but we're going to be in North Carolina at the Fountain. It would be the Fountain Manufacturing Shop, and they have a kilo race there, which is a sanctioned kilo race, and so we're going to be there August 2nd to do that. That's what we're gearing up and testing for. And then we have a race there, a 100-mile race the very next day there. And then after North Carolina, we're going to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we have a race in Chattanooga, Tennessee in October. And then we'll go to the Whirlers in November out of Key West. So we're looking forward to maybe trying to win another world championship. We have an email address at dnmmotorsports.net, and you can reach us on the email. Our home number is 913-422-5023, and you can always give us a call there. And of course, this party was about sponsorships, and we've had a great response, and I think everybody wants to be on a winning team. It seems like when you know, a lot of people like to follow the winning basketball team, the winning baseball team, the winning football team, and with us winning the Worlds hopefully again, and everybody likes to be part of that team, and it's a really low sponsorship, and we have a great time together.
My name is Sean Blair. Pretty much chill out here on my deck, ride my wakeboard during the day, go sea-doing, go mountain biking, do fun outdoor stuff like that. We just had a wakeboarding competition last weekend, and it was sponsored by Mastercraft, and there's a lot of different professional wakeboarders that came down, and it was a pretty good turnout, and there was a $5,000 cash prize for the winner, and we had a good time. I competed, and I didn't place, but I had a fun time. Yeah, growing up at the Lake of the Ozarks is a little bit different. In the wintertime it's pretty slow, but the summertime there's plenty to do. Basically, lots of wakeboarding, jet skiing. I used to race in the IGSBA circuit for a runabout class, which was sit-down jet ski racing. And also spent a lot of time playing sports and skateboarding. Well, for wakeboarding, we like to go to around PB1 area, and we call it the lily pads, and it's kind of a local spot for barefooting wakeboarding. Have been lucky enough to ride with a lot of pros. Scott Byerly, Kobe Mikasich, just to name a few, and it's always a good time to go out and learn from the pros, and you know, everything they tell you, they make it sound so simple, and you just do what they say, and it's a lot easier. You can learn twice as fast. Yeah, a lot of us, we all started out skating, and basically that evolved into wakeboarding, and now I do a lot of wakeboarding and snowboarding. Come Lake of the Ozarks, let's ride.
Song is about yo. You're so don't front. You probably think this rap song is about yo. You're so vain. You probably think this rap song is about yo. You're so vain. Ain't a damn thing changed. Girl, you incredible, shining like a diamond. But man, you so vain like Harley Simon. How about you do some whining and dining, the beeline into the crib for some other refinements? My high-five's banging like a drive-by, and you can see by my shoes I'm a fly guy. You think rappers are fake? Why? I ought to spit a hot love lyric instead of the cyanide. Try and hide from this irresistible MC who rocks the club then rolls out in a Bentley. The Marshall Park Bentley, tanks on empty. Girl, does any of this sound tempting? Enough game span. You and I know that the office is my mission. The one that's so big, this shit's critical condition and repeated every 20 minutes in a different position.
Welcome to the world-famous Big Dick's Halfway Inn Resort Complex. Big Dick has moved on, but Joe and BJ are still serving up good old-fashioned fun for everyone. Come by car, boat, or air. After all, getting here is half the fun. At the Halfway Inn Bar and Grill, you can kick back, shoot the minnow, and enjoy the view. Great dining, from steaks and seafood to sandwiches, burgers, salads, wraps, pizza, and their famous Dictator Salad. Dine inside or out with 2 indoor bars, plus the covered outdoor patio bar with live entertainment on Saturday nights. Big Dick's Halfway Inn Resort Complex offers a relaxing and casual atmosphere, so no need to dress up. Big Dick's world-famous gift shop is one of the area's largest, with sportswear for all, from adult to youth. T-shirts, hats, shorts, sweatshirts, sports shirts, plus novelties like golf balls and koozie cups. Don't miss out on the world-famous Big Dick's gift shop right above the Halfway Inn. By water, we are at the 47-mile mark, or about halfway between Bagnell and Truman Dam. By car, take Highway 5 through Laurie to 135 to 135-3 and follow to the Cup Tree Road. Wander on past the Cup Tree and the shoe fence, and you're here. Let Big Dick's Halfway Inn Resort Complex satisfy you with tasty food, comical apparel, and grade A entertainment. Stop by and shoot the minnow.
For extreme family entertainment every Saturday night, head for Lake Ozark Speedway, the Midwest's newest and finest dirt track, complete with electronic scoring. Racers run everywhere are flipping over this 1/3 mile dirt monster. Every Saturday night, it's a 3-wide battle of wing sprints at over 100 miles an hour. The Midwest fastest modified fender to fender, plus a full field of street and hobby stops. Every Saturday night, gates open at 5. Hot laps at 6:30. Lake Ozark Speedway, Highway 54, Highway 52 Eldon exit. Be there.
Enforcement of regulations on Lake of the Ozarks is the responsibility of the Missouri State Water Patrol. We had a chance to talk with Corporal Humphrey and ask him some questions about regulations that boaters new to Lake of the Ozarks might not be aware of. He told us about equipment that is required and things to check, and about regulations that visitors to the lake might not be aware of.
Some of the equipment that's required in your boat when you go boating is you need to make sure that you have a life jacket for each person on board that they can put on and wear. You also need to make sure that you have a Coast Guard approved throwable life-saving device if your boat is 16 feet or over. That device could be whether it be a seat cushion or a ring buoy. It has to be Coast Guard approved, and they'll be stamped right on there if they're Coast Guard approved. And make sure that you have one wearable for each person and one throwable aboard your boat. Also, you need to make sure that you have a fire extinguisher on board, and make sure and check your fire extinguisher every year to make sure it's serviceable and charged. You also need to make sure that your blower on your inboard boat's working properly, and you need to make sure that everybody on board knows that they should wear their life jackets at all times. The rental companies will provide you with the safety equipment that you need, but you need to make sure that when you board your boat that they don't miss anybody and that each person has a life jacket to wear. Some of the rules and regulations that you might want to be aware of: you need to be 14 years or older to be able to drive a boat or a jet ski here on Lake of the Ozarks. Also, if you have children that are under 7, they need to wear their life jackets at all times. If you're going to be out after nighttime, you need to make sure and remember that the nighttime speed limit here is 30 miles an hour after official sunset. You need to keep an eye out for the buoyed areas. There's several buoyed areas around at coves and around the glazed bridge. You need to make sure and keep an eye out for those buoyed areas so that you slow down to an idle speed. Idle speed is defined as enough power to keep your forward motion, but not any more power than that. You don't want to cause a wake off the boat to disturb other boaters. To operate a boat, you just have to be 14 years or older. If you're going to have a person younger than 14 years old operating, you need to have an adult on board to supervise that person. Even on the personal watercraft, they must be 14 years or older to operate on their own. If they're younger than that, they need to have an adult on board to supervise. And if an adult does let a younger person operate a jet ski, that adult can be held criminally responsible for that operator driving that jet ski and can be issued a citation. And remember that on the lake there's no stripes to mark the middle and the sides of the road. So you need to make sure and keep your eyes out 360 degrees all around you, because a boat could come from any direction. So it's very important to keep your eyes out in all directions and be aware of your environment. Also, we want to stress not to drink and drive. Always have a sober driver. You know, Missouri State Water Patrol would like to welcome all our visitors here on Lake of the Ozarks, and we wish everyone to have a happy and safe boating season.
I want my freedom.
Classic Lake Moments, presented by Lake TV.
Play your game every day, no surprises, nothing is strange. Don't see that look in her eye, don't peek underneath, it's different down there. Found something in this life that won't ask you to change.